Hello, my name is Nina Ginvetti and I'm a sales engineer for Olympus ultrasonic thickness gauges. Today we are going to discuss how to recall, calibrate, and store a single element transducer setup on the 38DLplus. The 38DLplus has the ability to use both dual and single element transducers. When using a single element transducer, it is necessary to recall a default setup or a custom setup for the transducer being used. In this example, we will be using a M112 direct contact transducer. To get started, connect the transducer to the rightmost transducer connector on the 38DLplus. Then press the transducer recall key. Then use the up and down arrow keys to select default single element and press enter. We now have the ability, using the up and down arrow keys, to scroll through the list of available setups. In this case here, we are going to recall the default setup for the M112 transducer. Once it is highlighted, press the measure key to recall the default M112 setup. At this point, we are now ready to calibrate. We will be calibrating to a 5-step carbon steel test block with a maximum thickness of 12.5 millimeters and a minimum thickness of 2.5 millimeters. Now let's couple to our thick sample and press the cal-vel key. As we get a steady thickness reading, press enter. Now use the up, down, right, and left arrow keys to enter the known thickness of the block. In this example, it is 12.5 millimeters. Then press the cal-0 key and couple to the thin sample, and as we get a steady thickness reading, press enter. Then use the up, down, right, and left arrow keys to enter the known thickness of the block. In this example, it is 2.5 millimeters. To complete the calibration, press the red measure key in the upper left-hand corner of the keypad. We can now go back and check the thicknesses of the calibration block. 2.5 millimeters, 5 millimeters, 7.5 millimeters, 10 millimeters, and 12.5 millimeters. Now that we have calibrated, we can go ahead and store the setup for this single element transducer. Press the transducer recall key. The active setup will be highlighted. Press the Save Send key and the Save Setup screen will be displayed. We first need to enter in a name for our custom setup in the Save As field. This can be done using the virtual keypad. In this example, let's use Steel-M112 for our name. Change the D to an S, then use the right arrow key in the virtual keypad to tab over to the E and change that to a T and continue on. To erase letters or numbers we do not need, we can use the delete option in the keypad. Once we have edited the setup name, scroll over and highlight Done and press Enter. This now brings us to the Save To menu, where we can select the first available user setup location to save our custom setup. Once your user setup has been selected, press the Enter key and then highlight Save and press the Enter key again to confirm the saving of the transducer setup. Now that we have stored our calibration as a custom transducer setup, it can be recalled at any time on the 38DLplus. To recall a custom transducer setup, simply press the transducer recall key, then use the down arrow key to scroll down to custom single element and press the Enter key. Here in this list, you will see your custom transducer setup that can be easily recalled by using the up or down arrow key to highlight it and press the red measure key to recall the setup to start making measurements. This completes our session on how to recall, calibrate, and store a single element transducer setup on the 38DLplus. For more information, please visit our website at www.olympus-ims.com or contact your local sales representative.